everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another commando part. We got our big fiery weapon finally, so the build feels so much smoother now. Of course you can level with force wave up to Sunherald. I did it with blade arc just for the sake of the challenge. It's not necessary for you. It's gonna be much faster if you level with force wave. Up to level doesn't matter when you reach, but as you can see, the proc, everything's pretty nice. We basically one-shot everything now. Also, we don't consume so much energy right now. Actually, I have the Rift Gate, I forgot that. We can check Balthazar again, get one extra dynamite, grab the quest from these guys. At the moment, skill-wise, we rush in Menhir's Bastion, so we can unlock the full potential of the weapon. Of course, we're gonna need from Demo some Blast Shield and Termite Mines. But even Menhir's Bulwark, not Bastion, sorry, I constantly misspelling that. But as you can see, being a Claymore, this comes with some better attack speed over other heavy weapons. So actually we attack pretty fast. We have a very good clear thanks to the weapon proc, which is Solar Nova. This is all this explosive stuff that comes out in a Nova shape. Of course, Balthazar is very resistant to fire. Let's see if we get upgrade over what we have. Aggressive of the Eagle, not too bad. I prefer Consecrated of the Mending. We're gonna fight undead soon. Extra 6% damage is better than a little bit more offensive ability. Take the medal. Currently we have some problems, of course, with Aether resistance. Being 0 is kinda awful. We have to work on that. Let's check these ones. Ether resistance, low resistance. Potential upgrade over what we have. Slow resistance gonna be important. We are technically auto attacker. So having slow resistance on the boots, it's a top priority. We're gonna bribe as usual. This is the best approach to this quest if you want the experience right now. You can leave it for later, of course, it's personal preference. I prefer to get it straight away.
Keep your weapon.
Here we have to kill a very big guy. We can tank and spunk him. We have enough life pool. We can test your build against big champions. We are tanky enough. Also high regeneration. Rush Bastion. Bulwark, sorry again. We're gonna put some points in spirit just to maintain the energy issues a little bit more. So I can swap the head component for something better, like runestone. We have some serious overcap on elemental. We have to work that out. Madman Wilcox instantly deleted. Martin's not gonna be a problem. Especially next devotion shrine is gonna be huge. We're gonna unlock Viper. It's gonna give us more offensive ability. Let's actually get our extra back. Not gonna wait for that. Got friendly with them. Let's check for some cheap stuff. Nothing interesting. Let's go back. Time to set up. Throw this gun on fire. Here I have to pay attention because 0 Aether resistance. We got Viper just in time. Before Cronley's fight, this is gonna be 20% elemental resistance shred, which is gonna work very well for us. Stay away from the grenades. We're waiting for the force field to goes off. And we can burst him down. Cronley is a main target for ring slots. His rings comes with laceration. This is definitely a winner. Let's secure the next rift gate. As you can see, beautiful ring. Have attack speed as implicit, pierce resistant and laceration. Also we roll extra attack speed. For a low level ring is gonna work just fine. Later on we're gonna hunt more resistances, obviously. Which soon enough is gonna be a big problem. Because I can't continue play without any Aether resistance.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. Iron Will's
Nothing special.
well. Damn, now that we're
Level 30. Time to swap the boots. This is gonna work for now. Not amazing. Can grab a little bit extra damage actually.
right to bit.
All this trauma is converted to burn. We have royal, not royal hive, but one of the hives. There is a one-shot chest here. So it's worth checking in. Also very important ointment for this build, because you can use definitely extra health regen. That's gonna improve your tankiness. Basically you can grab the blueprint from the quest. Also, she's gonna reward us some balms for free. Three balms. We can put that on the secondary slot. And we have some extra life regen, which is gonna be multiplied, but from every single bonus that we have. Not huge, but still pharmacy is in the game, just use it. Especially if complements the build. Level 35 is gonna be very important as well. We're gonna unlock some faction stuff. Let's do the assignment. Usually I skip this quest. Fire damage works very well against undeads. So this build have advantage here. First Snowmouse Dread. No problem at all for this build. As you can see, even Revenants, they die from 2 hits, which usually most builds struggle against. But Sunherald Commando is a proper brawler. It's meant to be on the front line, deals good amount of damage. This one is a obviously upgrade. We're gonna lose some poison resistance, which is not big deal. With all the health regen we have. And we run pretty healthy build, 5k life pool at level 30. We secure the rift gate. At level 35 is a good idea to farm for a better weapon. Level 31. Rush for the bulwark. Life Stealer. From all the blueprints that I don't know, I get a duplicate. This is terrible luck. Let's see what we're gonna put next. We need purple. Green's fine. Definitely I'm gonna grab tote. And after that we see how it goes. But I feel tanky enough, so taking extra resistance shred is probably essential. Kill some big guys. No much time for reaction for them. Laudus Varga. Again, zero problems for us. Tempest Van Bracers. No attack speed. It is very important to have attack speed on your gloves when you play auto attacker. Doesn't matter what stats other gloves gives. Auto attack speed, sorry, is a king. You can get resistance from anywhere else, but your gloves very important slot on auto attacking builds. Don't underestimate that and play with some. I saw a lot of YouTubers, a lot of players during their playthroughs, they put some very bad gloves and they attack so slow and complain, oh, there is no damage. Your attack speed affects your damage directly, especially against single targets when you have to dish out damage. For example, here this hero with some better life pool than the rest. Furion, not dangerous, deals some vitality damage. Just be sure you don't aggro the healers here, down there. They didn't notice there is a fight still. Few extra kills. Time to get either hammer or toad. Hammer is gonna be faster approach to the elemental storm. Toad is gonna take me a while and I have to keep basically the crossroad as well, which is not ideal, but toad colors better if I plan to get more on this side. So it's definitely a big deal. But I like toad more. Resistances, armor is pretty okay for now. Also I have to remove, I don't use shield anymore. This is one extra point for me as well.
What troubles you? Safe journey.
I'm gonna use that immediately at the bar. We have some passives. They not gonna make huge impact right now. That's why I didn't pick them. Usually 1 point is enough. But I rush, man, here's Bulwark, which is gonna get game changer for us. Instead of extra, for example, elemental resistance, extra physique, extra life regen. I'm gonna leave this passive for now. But definitely I'm gonna work on Soldier 3 for a while. There is some good heroes here. Glacial. Not amazing. We have a lot of stuff to sell. Also we can, of course, very bad chaos resistance, but we can get ourselves a better pants. Absolutely obliterate Lutra. Let's take our attribute point. This is gonna be probably spirit. We're gonna need this anyways for jewelries. So up to 10 points is a good investment early on an elemental build. This is gonna give you more energy pool and it's gonna help sustain the energy better instead of run out of energy every single time. Of course we have Viper, we have Soul Shard, we have a lot of stuff that basically leech from the enemies, and we have this big shiny sword as well. Sunherald Commando is one of the most fun playthroughs in my opinion, especially when you get all the procs. Here is a huge dilemma. This is basically very good component. And I'm tempted to use it.
Shall we?
So we're gonna do some adjustments.
Be safe out there.
This is gonna speed up the game for us. It's gonna give us vitality resistance. so we can use a different approach for the right ring. Of course, we have to keep the armor absorption a reasonable level. 84 for now is okay. I'm gonna be we aim for 100. Basically we are a frontliner, but extra damage when we have tons of tankiness. I think it's not big deal. Also, this gonna leech for us, make us even more tankier. We need 1 or 2 more pieces just to put the build together, but we are pretty close to this moment. Again, if you want to see another skip, this area is skippable as well. We can try that. I don't like to skip on a playthrough, but basically you open the map again, you scroll to Smuggler Pass, you point this crystal here, blitz, pause, unpause, click on the Smuggler Pass, and you're gonna basically run the whole area up to Voldrak. Voldrak fight a little bit complicated. You want to kill all the odds so you don't get trapped. You want to avoid his, basically when he uses his 2 hands. When he uses his 1 hand, it's not that big of a deal, but every time he uses his 2 hands, it's guaranteed or close to 1 shot, especially when he possesses superior. This is tons of damage. Later on we're gonna be able to face tank him, but anyways it's not advisable because he can carry some crazy stuff. It's not worth it, it's a slow attacks, just dodge them either manually or by the button. And we got Menhir's Bastion. Now we can work on the laceration. Now we have, as you can see, we double the damage when Menhir Bulwark, not Bastion again, it's active. Also we get tons of damage absorbed. This is gonna cover our gap in resistances for now. We have to teleport first blade of the Emperor. Couple of objectives here. We have very good vitality resistance. Absolutely destroy Icrix. And from this moment now we are unstoppable. we miss few other final pieces, like the designated amulet, which is gonna be Mogara probably for the leveling phase. And here is a chaos resistant helm. Very often this gonna drop, keep it. You're definitely gonna need it. I like my monstery frequent helm. Gives me really the vibe of a fire giant. Also, we look exactly like Astro's Sunherald wannabe. We're gonna pay him a visit soon for a better claymore. Here we're gonna need some extra dynamites. And as I explained, level 30, level 35 is a huge power spike for this build when you unlock all the pieces that you need. Especially when we get some soldiers skills on our various pieces. Especially when I get my hand on a Juggernaut relic. This boss is gonna get instantly deleted. Swamp Dweller. Honestly, it's an upgrade over what I have. Especially I don't need vitality resistance. And the extra stats always welcome. Being able to cap my...
Need something broken down?
We have to work on Pierce.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
Everything else is basically trash. Gonna keep Steven Skinner's ring. Gonna apply my cluster to my bar for these extremely bad situations.
See you around.
Not gonna give this guy 3 dynamites. Keep them for now. You don't need this quest. You're not gonna start with this soon.
These are
Douglas. Let's check. Jackpot. We have Spirit Bane Ointment. This is gonna help us for the next part of the game. Because we are still struggling with the resistances. I'm gonna grab some quick experience. Let's teleport to Ugrim and we can end up the episode here. We reach Homestead. In the next episode I'm gonna do left part of Homestead and find Barons. Or some extra item slots. That's very important to the build. We're gonna get the most broken ring in the game. Especially for a commando or elementalist. Which is Ghost Ring. This ring is so unfair in so many aspects.
I wasn't sure. I'm going to.
I'll skip the plus. The Legion is split on.
Okay. Thank you everyone for watching again. Please like and subscribe. and see you in the next one.